probably wondering what I'm doing. Cleaning up valve covers. Yeah, they gotta be sanded, degreased, thoroughly cleaned up. And I explain why. Well, in the quest to figure out the timing issues on this truck, me and old Fred here decided we would take the engine apart. Like that. And we've done that, checking the timing chain. Now, it turns out this timing chain's just fine. It's got just the slightest bit of movement, but nothing serious. But there's only one way of knowing, and that was looking. I bought one of these Chinese HEI distributors, which is like back there, and donated to the cause from my friend and neighbor. Very nice coil. And while I had it apart, I discovered some encouraging things. Let's see if I can show you guys. If you look carefully here, you'll see writing on the counterweight on that crank. The crank's been turned. To be honest with you, I haven't even got down there to see how much, but that tells me that this engine's been rebuilt, which is awesome. You know, nearly 60-year-old engine. It's nice to know that whatever miles on it is probably a great deal less, and as good as it sounds, I'm assuming they've done a pretty good job. But we're going to go ahead, new intake gasket. Got to get my heavy Chevy hand out there. New intake gaskets while I'm at it. Got the timing set, gaskets, all that. Excuse me, it's already on site. I've had it for a little while now. Would have done had it on there, but we've had nothing but rain. And yeah, I went to the extreme. I took the whole darn thing back apart just for this, but I had just done it, so it wasn't a big deal to take it apart, really. And just makes things easier on me. I'm not big on bending over the thing to pull bolts. It took me literally about an hour to pull that whole front clip off because all the bolts is new. I just had it off. And today, since the weather's picked up nice, I've cleaned up this and repainted it. It wasn't bad, but heck, why not? You know, I had to paint. Threw a little silver on the water pump and all the hold downs for the intake, and I may paint the intake silver. I'm not trying to do Kentucky chrome, as we call in this part of the woods, which would be buying that chrome paint and painting things and actually being clueless enough to think it looks good. No. This is high heat, sort of a brushed aluminum color, and in contrast with the red and the black that's on the engine, I think it looked pretty good. And you know, while the truck has got a ready look, I like to raise the hood and it looked like I give a crap about it. I went through my last video and I apologize because I was thinking it hadn't been that long, but it has. It's been 2 months. The last video I made was of painting this bed, and it's covered in cat tracks and tree sap, but if you'll notice, I have aged it, done a little sanding, hit the blue and the white in some places. I filled the field filler neck, it's not there. Painted the roof white, which it's not finished, and stenciled this up. Special thanks to Carrie Duty. Check her out on Etsy. She does this sort of thing. She's a crochet master, does embroidering, does stickers, you name it. But she made this for me. I mixed the paints up out of acrylics, aged it up a little bit, and she's sending me new stencils to fix my S on rods, because little did I know acrylics is water soluble after you paint it. I thought it dried like regular paint. I didn't know. Now I do. Let's see. We added the same style wheels to the rear. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with the old truck. I wish I intended to have it running by now. I did, but things just didn't work out. I may not get to do much driving in it this year. I figure I will, but it may be just not much. Depends on when snow comes and the salt starts hitting the roads. I'm not going to work on it all summer and then drive it through salt and park it. But in my much earlier videos of the blue truck when I was building it, I didn't have the cool factory mirrors here. And the reason I bring this up is our friend Stoney, 19 Stoney 64, is looking for some for his truck. This is what I had on my blue truck. Just a regular old piece of stainless from a mirror, and you can see it's adjustable actually. It'll be here, and it might get shortened. I ain't crazy about that length, but it is handy that way. And rather than mount it with this goofy looking thing, what we'll actually do is go inside the door to the original mounts and take a piece of this stainless, beat it flat, run it down through the hole, thread it until bolts can come through the factory location, and it'll just have a stub sticking up here about so far with a hole drilled through it. And then this can mount to that. And that'll give you adjustment. Use a nylon washer, whatever, no vibration, and it'll work good. It's economical. If you can find an old pair of Junior West coasters or any kind of round tube, you can use painted. It don't matter. And as long as you don't use aluminum. Tried that once, and it's got to be thick walled for that works. Mirror heads, found them online cheap. I actually picked them up in person at O'Reilly's for, I think you give $11 a piece for them. But in my area, O'Reilly's, each store carries one mirror head. I'd go 2 different stores to get 2 the same day. I just didn't, my mind's on something, I like to stick to it. My kitty cat, one of them. I did have a whole bunch. I don't know if you can see them down there playing in the driveway. Yeah, I know there ain't no gravel or nothing on it, but that's my driveway. The camera don't want to zoom. Oh well. But we have lost a lot of cats lately. A lot of them you guys have seen on these videos. And the reason being is coyote season. The coyotes have been, it's from what I'm told by people that are much more learned than I, it's time for them to train their pups. And I have lost on average 1 to 2 cats a week. We keep all the young ones inside at night, but I can't keep them all in there. It's broke the wife's heart. Some of them were, well, we'd had them as long as we lived here, and I've been here about 6 years. But cut the field one more time before winter, but it's held up pretty decent. Done mowed down about half our garden. Still waiting. The wife wants to pick some of the okra that's actually still out there. And today we're going to clean up the old black girl and start getting that engine together. That's about the extent of everything I've done. You may notice, some of you that pay more attention, the trailer that was here that had that step-side bed on it is gone, because a week or so ago I removed the bed for the 4-wheel drive project and put the bed on it that came off this truck, the wrong bed. Why, you say? Because this old boy is spoiled. He likes having trailers sitting around for wood gathering, setting trash out to the road every Monday. We give up on the cherry tree, and it has become firewood. See, I'm far from done with that. But all this under the tarp is the beginning of the wood pile. Here's the trailer. This bed is excellent for that. And you know, I don't mean that's what this thing's going to be for eternity. Somebody wants to buy this bed, or if I was to find a 57 260 cab, this bed is half of the body already here, and it's a pretty good one. It's got some damage, but I can fix it. Everybody's following me. Um, you see what I mean? But in the meantime, rather than laying in my yard or sitting on the ground, it's quite useful. If I found a project to set it on, I have other beds. We've got two Rangers in the field. I still got the bed from the last trash trailer. You know, I know none of that's important. But it is what it is. Got out here cutting this tree, and my neighbor who gave me the coil for my truck, his father brought me this, or sent me this by him after the building burned down. This is a very old Homelite 150 saw. And let me tell you what, that sucker does a fine job. It runs excellent, throws the wood out. I like it. I like it a lot. Leaks gas like a sieve, and you can still run it all day and never fill it up. It's crazy. It's neat. I saw that old aluminum case still runs good, and you go buy a brand new one today in 2 years, and it starts giving you trouble if you're lucky to make it that far. Well, guys, here we are. Let me get this set. Oh, cameras. I like my camera, but I'm still not used to it. Used to doing things with my old one. I even got a tripod, which is like, all custom, Yeah. Well, anyways, trying to get a few things done. The garage is not a no-go. It's just a slow go, and we're going to work on getting it going. Um, I may have some sort of shelter to work in before winter, but I doubt there'll be a garage per se. Harbor Freight, I done forgot I was wearing them. Them things they're well worth the $2 you pay for them, let me tell you. In the video I showed me grinding on those valve covers with the wire brush. I cleaning off the old gasket. Those valve covers have two bolts with grommets that goes down through the top, and they had been siliconed in really well, which I'll probably put them back the very same way because it keeps them from leaking. That's all that holds them on, and someone had put new gaskets on it, but I hadn't replaced those, and they really wasn't leaking, but they was cracking all up, and new gaskets comes with them. So I've already got those parts here. They're in stock here. They're going on it, so why not go ahead and clean them up real good. And I'm probably going to sand those down well, prime them because they barely had any paint on them, and I may shoot them with that silver. If I don't like it, I've still got red. I can go right back over them. So, But we're going to try something a little different. As you remember, on my old engine, it was gold, and I was quite pleased with that. You can purchase the chrome ones to fit one of these Y blocks, and they look really nice, but they don't last. They're quite thin, and the chrome, of course, it's all Chinese. That's why they're $40 a set. You can even find them for 30 sometimes. And they don't have the Ford embossed in them. They're made for the sticker that goes on them that says Ford V8. And for the meantime, I want to use those. And what I'd actually like to do later is find a set of Y block valve covers that say Mercury. They make a Mercury different style Y block valve cover that don't work on this for a different style Y block, and then they make them that do, and the ones that do are few and far between. I'm still looking for a 4-barrel intake for this machine. Intakes on this is about a 30-minute job to swap. They're so easy. And I'd like to find one. eBay, they're like $250, every time you get them shipped. I don't care to pay for one, but I can't spend that on the intake. Edelbrock makes a really nice one, but it's $500. I got a little sidetracked. Things haven't been going well here. Um, my dad is kind of taking a downturn. His health is fine. His mental state, well, it's not on the upswing, guys. That's all I really can say. And God bless him. He's a good man, but he suffered a lot. And I don't think he's going to be living with us this winter. I think we may have to find somewhere where they can do a better job taking care of him. I think he needs that at this point. And it's been rough on me and the wife. It really has. And we love our animals so much. Losing them lately has been quite rough. And this one here don't like being held. This is JB. Cat it. She's named after Jessie Coulter, Waylon Jennings' wife. Well, we call her JB. If she won't leave me alone. See, she's sitting here with me. My cat that I referred to in many videos before as my video cat or my shop cat or the big hand that has to be on camera, she is gone. She was one of my older ones. She was a mother of several of them that are here, and unfortunately I think she has succumbed to the coyotes, and that's a heartbreak for us. She was like a member of the family, which they all are. Something happens to one, it breaks the wife's heart, it breaks mine. Hadn't supposed to be a video about cats, don't get me wrong, but I'm just sharing with you what's going on in their lives. So that's about it for now, guys. And I made this video because Stoney mentioned to me that there wasn't nothing really new on my channel, and he's dead right, there wasn't. And I had some personal reasons for that. Some of them was the ones I told you, and some of them I have kept to myself. Excuse me, guys, I'm trying to fix this tripod here. Equipment problem. It's becoming an issue. But we're struggling to make better videos. Got some better equipment now. Actually learning the editing process. Got much better at that. Neighbor must be mowing grass somewhere. This thing is flippity flopping, which probably means it needs tightened up. See, we're still working to learn. I haven't learned this camera that well, really. But that's about it, guys. I get this engine back together, I will try to shoot you. Well, I won't try. I will shoot a new video of how it's going, and we'll try to get this thing out on the road. Everything else is finished up. I scraped all the crappy tint off the windows. If you'll notice from previous videos, it looks much better. This roof paint, I just shot some on there to see if I was going to like it, and I like it enough to leave it, so there you go. It still needs touched up and fixed out better. Let's see. Getting that old ugly tint off from it because it was so bad. Don't get me wrong, I'm probably going to re-tint the rear window, but it'd been on there for so long it was giving up the ghost and looking bad. And, everything's a mess. But it's going well. I put the 96 in the field in it, and I like everything about it except the way it sticks up. You can see it through the back window. I don't care for that. But overall, it's going well. Next time you see this, we'll have the intake back on, timing cover back on, new front motor mount, which will make all three. It's laying down there on the axle right now, but I've adapted it over to a GM alternator. I think the generator that come off from it was good, but that's so much simpler. And if you break down out on the road, that's the way to go. I built an exhaust for it, done some horrible welding, but hey, it cost me, I did the whole thing for about 50 bucks, so you don't hear no complaints out of this old boy. And one more thing. Miss JB says, like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Yeah, see, she's begging you to do it. Leon, hey Leon, or Parkus, I don't know which one he is. He says the same thing. Like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. And thank you for the interest. God bless you.